Hey everyone, welcome back to more Gibbous, a Cthulhu adventure. I'm Disturbing Puppet, so we're going to continue from where we left off. We are trying to keep these fairly short, trying to make some progress burning through this. So this is kind of a continuation of my Halloween game we were playing. Right, so we are stuck down here. So I've kind of checked out everything. We've got a door here I don't want to go through, and that's one thing. This game is really dark and there's no way to brighten it up, so I can't even see this door on my screen. Maybe it'll look brighter once it's rendered and stuff. We've got the banner. Thankfully, this game does have a cool feature. If you hit the spacebar, it'll highlight everything in a room that you can interact with, which is really, really helpful when a lot of times in these kind of games, you're just sort of like going pixel by pixel, like, what is this? What is this? Can I interact with this? So if you're kind of stuck someplace, it's really nice. All right, so I think what we need to do, we've got this rail over here.
It goes from floor to ceiling. Something could slide up and down on it without much difficulty.
So it's trying to give you little hints and things, I think. We have in our inventory our diary. We've got a pristine rag, which can clean stuff, the fire extinguisher, which we use to knock this guy out, and a piece of wire. So I think, can I do this?
Yeah, but not in my pocket.
Okay, so I think we do this.
All right, made a nice little sliding hook thing. Halfway there.
Okay, so we want to get up here because it's just interesting. We don't want to actually leave. This is actually the way out, so we want to check this out. So let's do this.
There we go. One radical red-hot ram rocket ready to go.
Ram rocket.
I'm a natural-born handyman.
Real MacGyver.
I'm a natural-born...
Sometimes when it does the narrow thing, there's a different kind of interaction or statement.
It's ready, steady, and aimed. Fire! I hope I've done you proud, Mac Viper.
It's Mac Viper. I think we got something new here. I think this is the same. Yeah, it's the same thing we had before. I'll do my detective voice when I read that. All right, let's head up the ladder. Now that the hatch is open. Okay, we've got a creepy room with a... Oh, it's the Shining Trapezohedron. All right. For people who've read Lovecraft, that's in Lovecraft's story about the Starry cult or something. Starry something cult. The Haunter, something Haunter, I think. This kind of a creepy church where the thing would kind of come from. Got a diary.
This looks like some kind of diary or log of some kind.
Can I pick it up? Can I read it?
Unlike almost everything in this room, it looks new.
Okay.
Whoa! That seemed to make a lot of things happen at once. Alright, let's see now. October 13th.
It's so hard to get accustomed to the sickening stench of this dreadful fishing town, but apparently it's important to him that we establish our base here, so we just take it. Decorating coming along nicely. No end to the work.
A lot of long and boring entries follow. Seems like some kind of complicated records. Let me skip ahead a bit. Let's see. July 6th.
We're all accustomed to the stench. It's probably imbued in everyone by now. Summoned the Haunter, and he came in a flickering form of a tall, swarthy man with skin made of ebony. Ignored my words and asked for the book, then disappeared upon my answer. We must find it, no matter what.
July 13th.
His incomplete form is frustrating. Must find the book. We must find it. That idiot Bright left the hatch open, and Lumen snuck up here into the summoning chamber to try to get the Haunter's mark. What did the fool think would happen? We don't even bother storing their ashes in the urn anymore. Just leave them there as a reminder to anyone stupid enough to try that again.
August 6th.
Sister Halo's matchstick hobby proved to come in handy. Praise the Haunter! I could scarcely believe my senses when at last she finalized the structure and Brothers Bright and Gleam dropped the cannonball on it. Not only did it not destroy what she built, but it lodged itself in the circular space above the stone and is exerting such pressure on the lattice work that you can take a shovel to it and it won't cave in. It's good to have some smart people join the ranks for a change. Only she and I know how to breach it and get to the stone, so that should at least keep our numbers from dropping.
August 7th.
Private investigator making waves in Darkham looking for leads on the book. Might be a dark blessing in disguise. We just stay on his tail and track him to see if he digs up any leads.
The book? The Necronomicon? Is that me they're talking about? August 13th.
Rejoicing! It's very possible that the hostess's fetch dog has sniffed out the book. Time to retire him and go for the prize ourselves.
Hostess. Why did that sound familiar? Anyway, that crazily angled stone. I wanted it. If only to get back at these star-obsessed maniacs.
Well, it sounds like if I touch it, it'll turn to ash, so that's probably not a great idea. So we've got this lattice work and the cannonball on top. Alright, so enough of that. So it sounds like they're in Fishmouth, so the other guy is coming to Fishmouth, so that kind of makes sense. Everything's kind of connecting together. Let's see, we have the first Withered book.
It's the first book in a row. An arcane symbol adorns its cover.
These are like fake Necronomicons.
I've opened it at its bookmark. The stone from the stars is a window on all time and space. It is within it that the Haunter sleeps while the yellow sun reigns, and it is from its circular gate that the Haunter's incomplete form rises when the words are spoken. Nor shall he ever rise in his true form until the forbidden book be by his side. No end to the work.
Okay, so we opened it to the bookmark. We got a light. I'm assuming opening all three to the bookmarks will do all the panel lights.
It's the second book in a row. There's some kind of symbol on its cover, and that's about it. I've opened it at its bookmark. It is known that touching the stone from the stars might cast upon a mortal being the mark of the Hunter. But none should do it unless prepared to face his cold black flames and turn to ashes and dust. No living soul can know whom the Haunter chooses to mark and grant vision beyond time and place. No end to the work.
Yeah, it really sounds like you don't want to touch that thing. Before we open this, let's take a look at this stuff.
I examined the darkened stone altar that held the trapezahedron. Creepy thing. Unusual markings adorned all sides of it.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of creepy, that's for sure. Alright, we've got the lattice work.
A delicate and intricate latticework of what looked to be matches, surrounding some jagged, shimmering stone and somehow supporting the kind of cannonball what looks like it was made to bring down battleships. I realize how crazy that sounds, yet here it is before me.
So it's actually matches. That's really weird. Okay.
A pretty martial-looking cannonball suspended somehow above that glowing rock by some order of matchstick engineering genius.
Okay, so we could pick up the cannonball. I'm going to wait because it seemed like it said something about he's the only one who knows how. Him and one other person, the only person know how to get to the Shining Trapezohedron. I really don't think it's a good idea, but whatever.
An immense rusty telescope hanging intimidatingly overhead. It's too high for me to reach.
There's an urn there? I don't see an urn.
The inscription above it says, "Here lie in ashes all brothers and sisters foolish enough to think that the stone from the stars chose them to be marked by the Haunter." I have no use for former cultists, in ash form or not.
Okay. Take a look around here first before we open the last book.
Looks like these cuckoo birds tried to tar up the windows and failed miserably. I've played with tar enough for today.
Okay. I guess explains the tar in the basement. Oh, there's a drawer.
There's a drawer underneath this urn thing. Inside the dusty drawer, there was one solitary rusty spoon. Unwritten private investigator wisdom says you never know when you could use a rusty spoon.
Alright, might as well take it. I guess that's what they scooped up the ashes with. Okay, what else do we have? Is there anything other than the books? I'm going to rely on using my cursor and stuff until I'm stuck, and then we'll see if there's anything else.
That's some kind of occult scratch. Looks to symbolize that shine rock on the pedestal.
Alright, let's hit the last book.
It's the third book in a row. The cover consists entirely of a weird symbol. I've opened it at its bookmark. For the butcher is the end of all, and the followers of him who lingers at the night's threshold must keep the slaying one from ever setting eye, or laying hand upon the book. The butcher brings but... The rest is unreadable. The butcher? Huh. That's new. Whoa!
Okay. So we got an updated note we might as well take a look at. So we saw that. Judging by what I've read, that strange trapezohedron thing is of great importance to these lunatics. Tit for tat, they kidnap me and deny my footwear symmetry. I take their precious stone. Mama Kitaip didn't raise no pushover. Alright, I think that's a bad idea, but now that it's lower...
Its most interesting feature, a big, convex magnifying lens.
Wouldn't know what to do with it.
An immense rusty telescope hanging intimidatingly overhead.
Okay, so we dropped the telescope, that's all. So maybe we do have to take the cannonball off.
It's probably there as an extra deterrent to anyone wanting to snatch that purple thing below.
I feel like touching the trapezohedron is a really bad idea.
It's held in place firmly by the match's structure. Quite impressive and unmovable.
Okay. So we have a spoon. Spoon! Okay, oh, we're still in barefoot. I thought it would be a relatively simple thing of solving the weird little light puzzle. Okay, nothing's lit up there anymore. Tense light beam.
These dummies tried their best to tar the windows up, but an intense orange light symbolically shines through. Yeah, I know I don't get enough vitamin D, but this is not the time or place.
Okay, so it's intense light. We've got the lens and the telescope. Can I just take the lens out?
Looks to be quite powerful.
I don't think I can pry it out with my bare hands.
How about with a rusty spoon?
I carefully place the spoon in between the lens and the metal covering and...
Pop.
Voila! The lens was now mine.
Okay. Well. Oh, it's filthy. Well. Good thing I have a pristine rag. And the rag is gone. Now we have a clean lens. Well, let's use the clean lens in the intense beam of light. Just like burning ants as a kid. Okay.
Sweet.
Well. Might as well take the cannonball. There's got to be use for a cannonball. We can fit that in our coat somewhere, right? Does it say anything?
Just carrying a big old cannonball around. Don't tell my chiropractor.
Alright, so, yeah, touching this thing. Bad idea, probably. It's weird that it says urn. It looks like there's a, like, cut in the desk or something. I don't actually see an urn there at all.
I have no use for former cultists, in ash form or not.
If it was like an urn, like an actual urn, I think it maybe could use it to pick this up. Yeah, I don't know about touching this thing.
It's a strange, self-illuminating weirdly angled rock thing.
Alright, let's touch it, see what happens. Well, not turning to ash is a good start.
I most certainly did not burst into cold black flames. So much for this numbskull cult's credibility. It did feel, weird. Weird.
Got the stone. Did not expire by touching it, but it feels so strange. Could this weird rock be of any use to me?
It's the crazily angled rock I lifted off these starheads. I hope I'm wrong, but I feel like it's somehow working on me. Damn.
Yeah, probably not a good idea. Alright, before we go, just to check. Anything? Yeah, got everything. Let's go. Alright, so now that I have a cannonball on me, maybe I'm heavy enough to bust the standard.
All right, I am now 1 cannonball heavier. Let's see what happens.
Okay,
That was a first. And a last.
so we got flagpole.
It's the former standard. Now it's just a flagpole.
Okay, I'm not sure how a flagpole helps me in this situation.
Of course it's locked. Of course.
It was said I needed to get out through like the cracked surface here. So I now don't have the flagpole anymore, which is odd. Okay. Alright, I don't have the cannonball, I meant.
Not by itself.
Yeah, I don't...
I can't just throw the rock at the wall with a pitching arm and a prayer. This is the wrong kind of temple for that.
I don't know, pointed at it.
It would almost fit, but it'd be too loose. I need it firmly stuck in there.
Okay, so I need to attach these two together. Tried to combine the flagpole with the starry stone, but it didn't stick. Well, there was tar and stuff back here. So let's use some tar to stick it together, and we'll make a wand or something. I don't know. Spear. Something like that. Yeah, there's tar puddle right there.
Let's get this stick, sticky.
Okay. Sticky flagpole. Hey, it even says sticky flagpole. I should have hit that thunder sound a little harder. That would have been better. More entertaining. It should have been much, much louder. Which actually makes me think, did I drop the sound effect volume? I don't think I did. Yeah, let's get the sound effect volume up a little higher. Okay. Oh, now it's a sledgehammer. Okay.
I made this bad boy out of a crazy rock from the stars and a sticky stick. As the kids might say, I've gone hard in the paint. Or something.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, but alright, sure.
There's just one thing I want to say before I do it. Hammer time!
That's not what I picked. But yeah, sure. Oh no! Okay, got out, lost the Shining Sharpsahedron, and now am mutating into some kind of horrible space monster. Fishmouth! Hey, we're back to Buzz.
Alright, you two, here we are. Ugh. Just call me when you need my services. I'm getting as far away from this dump as possible. See yous.
Yeah, thanks. So, here we are, Kitty. Fishmouth. Is this foul, rotting sea life odor in any way mouth-watering to you?
Please, it's sickening, and I'd literally rather be anywhere else right now, but we've got a job to do.
Let's find Finman's before we revisit my lunch and dinner.
Okay, so on to chapter 3. What was I doing here? I think we're looking for... What am I doing here? So we have the Necronomicon. We have a can of Dr. Fisher. We have a suspicious cookie. I don't remember what we're doing here, actually.
It's the dreaded Necronomicon.
It's been about a week since I played, and I can remember the detective motivation, but I don't remember why he's here. I know we got the Necronomicon. Oh, right. So we talked to the voodoo guy, and then he said there was somebody in Fishmouth that we could talk to about the Necronomicon because he didn't want to get involved in it. Okay, so we have something up here.
It says, Fishmouth Tourist Board, tourist information. We're closed.
All right, so much for the tourist information. Fishmouth Citizens Brigade. Thug. Girl and her dog. Let's talk to the Citizens Brigade, I guess.
A couple of Fishmouthians. Looks like they're guarding that archway there.
Fishmouthians.
Hey, folks. Mind if I squeeze through?
We don't mind or nothing, stranger. We just strongly discourage it.
Strongly discourage it. Okay, I can respect that. So, can you let me through anyway?
We ain't shopping you. We just strongly discouraging you.
Well, it's easy, really. Each one of you just has to take one step, no, half a step in the opposite direction, and we're all happy.
We ain't stopping you, stranger, but we ain't moving either.
Yeah, we're looking for Bob Olmstein.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Buzz Kerwin, and I'm a tourist here in this beautiful seaside town of yours.
Martha Webfoot. Liz here's my husband Silas.
We's the Fishmouth Citizens Brigade. Proud volunteers. Just watching over things, making sure the festival gonna go smooth. That's our job now.
Festival, huh?
The festival?
It ain't got nothing to do with you or your kind.
Yeah, that's why we strongly discouraging you from entering Fishmouth.
But I'm a participant.
Really? Judging by your accent, I would have said Eastern Orthodox.
No, I mean I'm part of the festival.
Then you're either a pilgrim or you're one of them entertainers. Pilgrim you ain't, 'cause you ain't got the garb, and you sure don't smell like one.
So that'll make you an entertainer. Let's see that entertainer license.
It wasn't ready. They said just go in without it.
Who said that?
The committee.
No license, no entry.
Real artists don't need licenses.
Well then, real artists ain't getting any deeper inside Fishmouth.
Look behind you. A three-legged toad.
Well, that must be Skippy, little Bartholomew Liverwort's pet. Cute little fella, bouncing all over the place. Use that third leg as a kickstand. Seen it with my own eyes.
Oh, brother. Is there anything I can do to convince you to let me through?
Boy, you've really given up on trying anything creative like, ain't you? We ain't letting you in without a license.
Now, Silas, don't be talking nonsense. We ain't stopping anyone here.
Oh, that's right, Martha. Oh, he's just...
Strongly discouraging. Gotcha. I'll be back.
We'll be here.
I didn't get to yell at Bob Olmstein. Hey, they're open. All right, I'll take a look outside, but I think that's a good place to stop now that we're here in Fishmouth. We're trying to keep these down to roughly around 30 minutes or so. So that'll be it for today for Gibbous. Next time we'll come back and we'll see if we can make some more progress. Until then, thanks a lot. Have a good one.